The part 3 of things that my exes did, except this time, it's just the one. Going into college, I'd never really had a boyfriend before, but I was going through my DMs one day. This athlete had DM'd me. He had asked me to hang out, and I was like, yeah, sure, but you know, as a freshman, like, you're not really aware of anybody else at the school. Like, you don't really know anybody else. I also didn't go out, so I would have never have seen him with anybody else. The hangout actually goes pretty well, and we end up talking for a month or whatever, and it gets like pretty serious. He's like, hey, there's this other girl. Oh, why would you hit me up if you're hanging out with somebody else? Like, don't worry, but like, I don't want her to DM you because she used to DM my ex-girlfriend all the time. Not thinking that I need to go through his phone. I'm like, okay, if like, you're telling me the truth, then like, you're telling me the truth. I think that they were just really hooking up, and that's all that I had known. When he breaks up with me, you know, I'm 18, my world is literally crumbling apart. End up breaking no contact. I'm like, listen, I can't do this. Like, I miss you, whatever. Like, I'm literally begging. I think I messed up. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Come over, we'll talk about it, whatever. Ended up making the decision to decide to get back together. I'm about to go see him after class, and I get a DM, guys. She had never DM'd me before. So I just figured like he seriously had cut her off on everything. Before I even read it, I call my boyfriend. It is a fat paragraph. She says he was hitting me up over Facebook while he was at home recovering from his knee surgery. I think the part that really gets me is that it was Facebook. Like, are you 30? She was also like, he called you immature. He said he didn't want to be with you, that you were too skinny. What the hell? I'm on FaceTime with him, and I'm starting to cry. 2 weeks after that, we broke up, and a week before my 19th birthday, this man requests my Facebook. I said, what do you want? Well, I'm gonna try to see if you wanted to see me, but I've seen all the posts that you've made about me, and now I don't want to. Well, maybe you should have been a better person to me, and then I wouldn't have posted about you. Finally get rid of this man because he ends up transferring to like literally across the country. It's graduation week. It's so packed. I literally see him walk in, and I throw up. I'm so sick to my stomach about seeing this dude. It sits at my bar the entire night, texting my phone crazy. Actually left me alone until this year. He had come into town for a football game. We really don't get busy until like 11:30, 11:45. That man was in there when the bar opened. 4 years later, I'm still throwing up whenever I even sense he's near. So this is the look. Bra is Skims, shirt is TikTok shop, not even sure where.
Guys, this is a story time on how my first boyfriend ever cheated on me with my best friend. For some context, she had a boyfriend at the time. Me and him were dating, and they had a thing like prior to us dating. Both of them like got in a relationship after having like something together. Yeah. So at this point in time, I had never even kissed a guy, so I was like this little baby, right? The guy I was dating, like, he was like drinking, like, we were 15. Keep that in mind. He was drinking, doing drugs, like, and I was this like little holy girl who literally does nothing. I mean, I still don't, but like I didn't do anything. It just wasn't a good match. So at the time, I wasn't allowed to like hang out with guys, especially not alone. Like, I was scared to even ask my parents to hang out with a guy. And then the girl that was in a relationship, which is my best friend right now, it's crazy how things switched up. So me not being able to hang out with him obviously led to him needing attention from other girls. So basically, what happened? One day he was randomly like, hey, like, I think we should take a break, and I think we should get back together on Christmas. I think this was maybe around like December 10th, probably around that date. That's really specific, but yeah. And so I was just kind of like, what? Like, why would we take a break? Like, and he was like, well, I feel like Christmas is just a really special day, and to have our anniversary on that day would be like super cute. So my dumb self, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So this girl who has a boyfriend, keep that in mind, she has a boyfriend. Her and Pokemon, they go to Topgolf together. And I was aware that he was like going to hang out with her. Or, sorry, no, I wasn't. I was aware that he was going to hang out at Topgolf, but I didn't know he was going with her. Because if I knew that, like, obviously I'd be like, what? So they actually went to a couple places together. But anyways, well, I found out from a little birdie that they, you know, at Topgolf. So as someone who's never even laid a finger on a guy, I was like, great. Oh, let's remember, she has a boyfriend at this time. Like, she has a boyfriend. So not only did she cheat on her boyfriend, he cheated on me. Isn't that just like awesome? So I found out from her that when they were at Topgolf together, like they were obviously being a little cutesy sussy, like both being mischievous, cheating on each other. It's like girlfriends and boyfriends, whatever. And I found out that like when he was there with her, like she was like, he typed out, I like her name, and he was gonna send it to me on text messages, and she was like, oh yeah, send it, so that like I'd get the hint. He doesn't love me, or not even love me, he doesn't like me as his girlfriend. And he deleted it from the bar. Like, you know how on a text bar you can type something and then you can like highlight the whole thing and delete it? Yeah, he typed I like her name, was gonna send it to me, deleted it, and she was all like, why won't you send it? You don't even like her. So obviously when I found this out, he was all like, oh my god, no, like I don't even like her, even though they've literally, you know, kissed, MO'd, whatever you want to call it. So we had a class together, me and Pokemon, and it got really awkward after that because he had apparently liked me and like had a thing for me for like so long. Like I was in like these GT classes and all the GT kids were like, oh my god, like he's obsessed with you, blah blah blah. Clearly not. I mean, he's making out with other girls, who's also my best friend. And then after doing this, he literally was all like, no, like I don't want to break up, like I don't want to take a break, like I still want to be together. Just the most BS things ever. And like obviously I was like stupid, so I was like, oh yeah. But oh, and then the girl, her and her boyfriend ended up breaking up because obviously he found out. So yeah, and the crazy thing is we actually went to a Halloween function this year, me and her, because like at the time we were like not really close, like at all. Like now that is my best friend, but at the time, so we went to this Halloween party this year, and we saw her ex that she low-key cheated on at the party with his new girlfriend. Keep in mind, there was like 7 of us total. So they were like 2 of them, we were like 2 of them, there was like 3 other people. Really awkward. Yeah, low-key ruined relationships for me, and then I continued to get cheated on by every single guy after that, which honestly might be my fault. I might just be picking terrible guys, but yeah, I was like low-key insane. Yeah, guys. Also, the guy I dated for like almost 2 years, he did the exact same thing. He said he wanted to take a break and then just did stuff with another girl. So if your boyfriend is ever like, oh, I want to take a break, just be aware. Most of the time it's not to fix themselves.
Hey guys, get ready with me while I talk about how my boyfriend broke up with me yesterday. A little backstory, I used to always ask him to change and he would always tell me he would, and this would go on for months and he just like never changed. Because of that, I was having thoughts about breaking up with him. I ended up posting a TikTok on this account about like if I should break up with him and all this stuff, like listing like why. Then some random guy DM'd my boyfriend on Instagram with a screenshot of my TikTok. While all that was happening, he was at my house. So it was 10 in the morning when he showed me the screenshot that the guy sent him, and he just packed his stuff and left. He lives 3 hours away from me, so an hour and a half into his drive, he texted me, basically breaking up with me over text. He was saying how immature it was of me to make that TikTok instead of just going to him and talking about it, which makes no sense because I've always went to him and talked to him for months. He basically broke up with me for that TikTok I made. Do you see him again next month to give him some of his stuff back? I am also almost certain he still plays games with my little brother. I've been handling it pretty good, I would say. Like, yes, I did cry a bunch yesterday. I had to tell my family too, which is also hard. And yes, I'm still thinking about him, like ever since I woke up today, but I feel like it's easier right now. I haven't been crying. I think it also helps with the fact that I've been telling myself if he really wanted to be with me, he would, and we wouldn't be broken up right now. But I shouldn't be stressing so much about the breakup because, you know, he didn't want to be with me. Well, I probably should have said this in the beginning, but I am making this video just because I've had like a lot of girls DM me being in the same situation. If you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't treat you how you deserve to be treated and you voice that with them, you communicate, but nothing is changing, I really strongly advise you to just leave. And I know that's really hard to do because I couldn't even do that, but it is better not to wait it out because then it will get harder. Okay guys, I am done with my makeup. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me for 2 whole years because a psychic told me. So me and my boyfriend have been together for literally 8 years. We live together together, we talk about marriage constantly, and I absolutely had no reason to suspect of him cheating, even though I was always really against going through his phone, and I wish someone would have told me to go through his phone earlier because it would have saved me 8 years of my life. So one day, my friend keeps going on and on about this one psychic that she found on Etsy. I've always been super skeptical of these things, and I thought she was super skeptical of these things too, but she swore by this woman. She was like, no, seriously, like she predicted that me and my ex were gonna get back together, and we actually did. So eventually, after like she convinced me to go, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do a reading for fun, whatever. Almost instantly, the psychic asks me, who's the man you don't trust? And I literally started laughing because I was like, there isn't one. And she writes, you should. I instantly got chills. And then she writes, there's another woman around him. This has been happening for a long time. And at this point, I'm uncomfortable because I'm like, what? And I'll be honest, like I leave that reading trying to brush it off because I'm like, okay, this is just a psychic reading. Like this is not serious. Like I don't have any motive, like actual motive to freak out, except I could not stop thinking about it. For days, I tried convincing myself that I was being paranoid until there's this one very lucky night for me that he fell asleep next to me on the couch. His phone was right there next to him, and I couldn't control myself. Like I had to go through that phone. And because for almost a decade I never did this, he wasn't expecting me to ever do it. And let me tell you that the things that I found on that phone almost made me throw up from how much I was shaking. I mean, it was all there, like messages, photos, I love yous. Like this guy was in a full-blown relationship for 2 years. I remember just sitting there shaking, trying not to wake him up because I just wanted to keep seeing what I was reading. The worst part is that some of the dates in these messages lined up with like birthdays, trips that we took together. Like I was laying down next to this guy that I loved so much, and he was texting someone else, I love you. I think one of the things that also hurt me was that when I confronted him the next morning, I tried to calm myself down before I confronted him, and he didn't deny it. He immediately broke down crying, saying that he didn't know which one of us he liked more, which obviously made everything worse. And now every time I think about it, I can't get over the fact that the only reason why I found out about this was because a psychic told me.
It's the day after prom. Me and my friend Mara, we stayed in a hotel, and I've slept in this makeup all fucking day. I woke up, I fell asleep probably when I got home, like around 11, 12, and I woke up at 5. This is the state of my extensions of my hair and makeup. I haven't redone it, so I slept in this, but there was something I remembered this morning, because when we woke up, we went to go eat breakfast. She had a boiled egg and choked on it because the inside was so dry. The topic was choking on stuff, like when you're drinking water. And then she said something I've been saying for fucking years. I don't understand how people choke. I mean, obviously I understand, but anytime I've like choked on water, I can still breathe. It's just the fact, like, you can't freak out or else your throat will close and you actually can't breathe. But say you drink water and you choke on water, you can still or breathe through your nose and not choke. But and it like whatever, it'll pass, right? That's the point, right? This is relevant because we were having this conversation and I was like, this reminds me of this one time my ex-boyfriend, we're sitting in the living room couch watching TV or something, and I choke on water, but then immediately it passes because I'm like, and I breathe through it, right? So I start telling him, I tell him basically what I just said. I don't understand like why people, I mean, I understand why people freak out because you can't breathe, but you can breathe. Not the point, okay? I was telling him like, well, I can stop myself from choking from breathing. And he was like, you can't breathe if you're truly choking. And I was like, well, okay, well then explain to me how I was breathing while choking. And this dude, oh my god, this is gonna sound fucking crazy, because like, I say this and he's like, oh yeah? And starts fucking strangulating me. And like, until my vision goes black. And once he, like, I guess sees that I can't fucking breathe because he has his hands, whatever, he lets go and he's like, see, you can't breathe when you're choking. I'm like, I said on water! On water! I feel like he just wanted an excuse to do that because it was very clear what I was talking about. And also, choking and strangulation is not the same thing. I mean, I guess choking somebody out, but like, that's not at all the context of what it was. But I was fine. I don't think any of my brain cells died or anything. It was like a 1 second flash of black. Maybe it's not that serious. I just thought Like, that's, it's crazy. So I was reminded of that this morning, and that's all I wanted to say. So thank you for watching.
Hey y'all, do my lashes with me while I tell you things that my ex said to me and I still stayed. When we like first started dating, I think this was like the first time we got together, I had a pregnancy scare, and he told me that if I was pregnant that he was going to enlist himself in the military and leave me and change his name and never come back. And I stayed. When he ditched me on prom night, he told me that he did not care how much money that I spent on my dress and my hair and my nails. And he said that he wasn't ever planning on taking me anyway, and that he just wanted to get drunk with his friends. We got back together 3 times, and the second time we had gotten back together, he ghosted me after having with me for the first time again. And when we got back together the 3rd time, I asked him if he had just used me first, and he said yes, that he was just using me. Oh my god. He said that I wasn't allowed over to his house because the first time we had broken up, he told his entire family that I was a whore, and that I was like a drug addict and all this stuff, that I was a chimama, and that I wasn't allowed over because that's what his parents thought of me, because that's what he told them. Oh my god, bro, if I do this one more time. He asked me if he could go to Florida for 2 weeks during the summer, and I told him no, because I said, I know you're gonna fuck another bitch. And he said, why does it matter if I do it? I know that you would, and I wouldn't even care. He told me that I'd never be more important to him than fishing and drinking. I told him I was sad that he was moving to Florida because I live like 1,000 miles away from Florida, and his older brother lived in Florida, and so since he was already graduated and I'm a junior, he was planning on moving to Florida by the end of this year. And I told him, I was like, I'm really sad that you're gonna be moving, like what am I gonna do here without you? And he was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you do, I'll be fine without you. He asked me what my weight was, and then when I told him, he proceeded to tell me that I should cut back on the sweets. Told me that he'd probably be the kind of guy to beat his wife when he's older. Yeah. Told me that his main objective during high school wasn't to learn, but it was to be like your stereotypical high school bully. Like his dream was to be like top dog of the school, like high school bully, like give me your lunch money kind of motherfucker. Told me that if I ever got, while we were together, that he would accuse me of cheating and leave me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you're wondering where I find these villains, just go to a really ghetto party and you'll find one, in case you want one. So, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you so much. I hope you have a great day. Bye!
Get ready with me while I tell you how my ex-boyfriend is still obsessed with me 4 years later. Little backstory, I dated this guy 4 years ago for about 9 months, and he cheated on me for our entire relationship, so this whole story is a little ironic. So I have a boyfriend currently. We've been dating for about 4 months. Aww. And last night when I get back from his house, I get a random phone call. I answer the phone and it's someone, and they're like, hello, who is this? I'm like, who is this? And they're like, why do I have your number? And I'm like, I have no idea. Who is this? And I tell them, like, this is Tatum. As soon as I tell them my name, they hang up on me. Then, like 5 minutes later, I get a call. And I answer, and it's a girl. And she tells me her name is Taylor and that her and my boyfriend have been hanging out for the last 6 months. She tells me she's been talking to him for 6 months and that they just hung out like 2 weeks ago. I thank her for telling me, and then I ask her, I'm like, can you just send me like proof so then I can like confront him about this? She doesn't send the proof right away, but I'm sure, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's just figuring out how to go about this situation just like I am. At this point, I've told 2 of my really good friends like what was happening, but then I also mentioned to one of them how this girl had not sent me any like evidence yet. I'm waiting and waiting on this girl. Finally, I decide like I need to call her because like I need to talk to my boyfriend about this like immediately. So I end up calling her. It goes straight to voicemail, and it's literally something from SpongeBob. It's like something about the fucking Krusty Krab. I tell my friend about this, and she's like, you know what, give me her number, like, I'll call her and, like, see what's up. Basically, my friend's conversation with her was like, hey, like, you told my friend her boyfriend cheated on her, can you just, like, send some proof to me or to her or to literally anybody? And she tells her, like, yes, I'll do it right now. So at this point, we're both waiting on her to send us proof, and she never does.
At this point, I tell my boyfriend what's going on, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, can't believe you've done this, and it's just a whole mess. After my friend gets off the phone with Taylor, she gets a call from a different number. When she tries to call them back, they don't answer, and that was a little suspicious just with everything going on. So again, I'm still freaking out because I have no evidence. My boyfriend's freaking out because he literally has no idea really what's going on. Thank God for my friend, because she's like, let me take these phone numbers and run them through a website so then I can see like who these phones are registered to. So the initial phone that was supposed to be Taylor, that initial phone number comes back as not Taylor. It comes back as a name. We're going to call her Audrey. Then she runs the second phone number through. The name that comes back is the name of my ex-boyfriend's mom. Obviously, my ex-boyfriend's mom is not trying to get me and my current boyfriend to break up. But I know this guy definitely does not pay for his own phone. So I knew for a fact that it was him. To make sure that I knew it was actually him, I sent the number to one of my best friends who is also cousins with him. And I just say, we'll call him Brogan, is this Brogan's number? And she's like, oh my God, that's his number. Keep in mind, this is all going on between the hours of 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. I got literally no sleep. So my friend confronts my ex. He denies it, obviously, but apparently he got really defensive at one point. My God-sent boyfriend comes over at 2 a.m. so we can talk about everything. As I'm telling him this whole story, the whole rundown, he's like, wait, did you say Brogan? Keep in mind, he does not know. Like, he didn't know who this was prior. He then pulls up a notification that he got on his phone from like a couple hours ago that Brogan had liked his Instagram. So yeah, my crazy-ass ex-boyfriend decided it was a good idea to have this random girl call me and tell me my boyfriend was cheating on me. Also, just a little tidbit, this guy has a child. He is a father. And yeah, that's how my ex-boyfriend is still obsessed with me 4 years later. And now I'm going to go to a concert with my not cheating boyfriend.
Get ready with me while I tell you a few things my exes did while we were dating, and I still stayed. Okay, so number one is cheating on me for the first straight 6 months of our relationship with his ex. And then along with that is lying to me about it when I asked him about the name in his phone that he had her under. Number two is seeing messages from his mom telling him that he wishes he would just get back with his ex. Her exact words were, I'll always support whoever you decide to be with, but I'll always be hoping you get back with her. Mind you, he responded with like 10 laughing faces, and when I asked him about it and told him that's not funny, he said he just thought it was funny. He said, I'm not gonna get back with her, obviously. I just thought it was funny. I just started and I already lost track. Number three, I think. Continuing to follow girls and like girls' pictures on Instagram after I asked him multiple times to stop. And then when I confront him and ask him why he's still doing it, he laughs in my face as I'm crying to him, asking why he's doing this. Number four, hosting a little get-together with his friends and also letting his friends invite or telling them to invite all of their significant others. And when he didn't invite me and I asked him why, he said, and I quote, I don't like your personality. Like, then why are you with me? Break up with me. But I still stayed, obviously. 5, seeing messages from his mom calling me childish and immature. I still don't know why. I don't know what I did, honestly, but 6, getting mad at me and starting a whole argument because I didn't tell him when I shaved. Like, he would see me change and realize I shaved, and he would get so mad at me because I didn't tell him. Because I was doing it for someone else. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but my dog chewed the end of my brush, but she's still kicking, so we're still using her. But number 7, I think, dropping to the floor and quite literally, like he was having a seizure, shaking his entire body when I tried breaking up with him. I asked him to leave, and he dropped to the floor acting like he was having a seizure. And he said, I don't know, my body just did it, I can't control it. Number 8, I think. quite literally stalking me. I asked him to leave my house one night. I told him we weren't breaking up. I just asked him to leave. I told him I needed a night to myself. I just needed some space. He could come back in the morning. And instead of going home, he continued to drive past my house over and over and over again until he finally went to my dead end of my road, and slept there in his car until like 7 in the morning when he knocked on my door for me to open the door. That really should have been my last straw. I really should have left after that, but I still stayed for like another month. 9. Getting mad at me when I wouldn't have sex with him at my family's Christmas, because we were spending the night at my stepmom's house. And he got mad at me because I wouldn't have sex with him in my sister's bed. Okay, I changed and did my mascara off camera, but 10th and final one is getting mad at me when some guy asked for my Snapchat at work. Mind you, I told him out of respect because I told him if that would happen to him, I would want to know, so I told him. And I told the guy, no, I have a boyfriend, but his whole argument started, got mad at me because you definitely gave it to him, you definitely said yes. Mind you, he had my Snapchat login, so he could have looked. He just got mad at me. He said I do it for attention, I ask for it. I don't know. There's definitely so much more I could say, but that's all I can think of right now, and I'm ready. So, yeah, thanks for watching.
Get ready with me while I tell a story about when I was dating a literal serial cheater. So this was actually a while ago. We had gotten together when we were like 13. It was a young relationship, but it lasted a while. So literally a month of us being together, he had cheated on me for the first time. Just the first time. Wait a second. I'm only gonna say like the really crazy times of the cheating, otherwise we're gonna be here for hours. So then a few months later, when we're starting high school, he goes to a different high school than I did. And one of my close friends was at that school, so I thought she was a close friend. So then I have his Instagram and I see that they are texting each other about how she's telling him that he needs to break up with me so they can get together. Mind you, my mom had been picking her up to take her to school and take her home. So we were pretty close, I would say. They have this whole plan. I find out, lose my mind, and then it ends up not happening because then she chooses a different guy. Fast forward 8 months later, mind you, between those 8 months, he had cheated on me probably every day. Anyway, every time I would find out that he cheated on me, he would threaten to himself. So, with how big my heart is, I stayed with him. Anyway, 8 months later, he goes to this party, and it's 8 years since my papa had passed away, so I was hanging out with my family and with my nana. And I don't hear from him. He says his phone's broken, goes to this party. I have such bad anxiety the entire day. I get home that night, and it's super late. I get a text from one of my friends. And she sends me the screenshot from a Snapchat that posting another girl saying, captioned, my baby. It wasn't me. It was not me. Not even close. So I blow up his phone. I'm freaking out. He answers my phone call. Guess what he says? He goes, you're not my girlfriend. I'm sorry. Do we have like memory loss? What happened in 12 hours? We were together 12 hours ago and now we're not? Like, please let me know this was just all a dream, that I didn't go through all of this and you're not actually my boyfriend. That girl's best friend calls me and she talks to me, and then the girl calls me and she was so rude. Like, I ruined her relationship. Yeah, go on his Instagram and I'm there. I am there. So then the next day, wake up, don't have a boyfriend. I start connecting dots because a month before, on our anniversary, he was so weird. He was on his phone the entire time. He wasn't paying attention to me. He was being oddly sweet for him. And go on his messages, come to find out, he's been talking to her for like a month. Now it's summertime. He's dating this girl. And I am so devastated. Why? No idea. Get back to school and guess what? Guess you're right. Yes, I got back with him because I was stupid. And 15 years old. So, back with him. Cheats on me again. But then I left him this time. So, if any of you guys are dating a guy that cheats on you a bunch or at all, I promise it is not worth it because my life is so much better since I have left that relationship. But anyway, thanks for getting ready with me. I do not blow dry my hair because it's too much freaking work and I'm too lazy for all that. But
things my ex did and I still stayed. Because for whatever reason, when I was younger, I just put up with everything because I thought I was unlovable, which we can go over that another day, but today we're talking about this particular ex. This lands on your free page. Please make sure to comment free page because I feel like none of my videos have been hitting the FYP recently, so please let me know. Anyways, let's get into it. So I'll set the scene for y'all. It was Halloween. It was a great Halloween, matter of fact. It was splendid. The weather was nice. It was awesome, right? My boyfriend at the time wanted to go to a party, and personally I wasn't ever like allowed to go to parties at this time because I think it was freshman year, but yeah, it was freshman year. I wasn't allowed to go to parties freshman year, and so I was like, oh yeah, just like go. First step wrong here was dating a boy in freshman year. Anyways, he goes to this party, whatever, like I'm like not even worried about it because cheating hasn't even like crossed my mind. And I checked my phone the next day and like everyone's telling me he cheated on me at this party with this girl with like a really unique name. Like her name's like never heard it before, like just didn't think it was real for some reason. And I still confronted him about it because I was like, okay, everyone's saying you cheated, so I'm gonna see like what is up. And he told me it was like some inside joke with his friends and it like wasn't a girl, like it was like just like a made up like inside joke. And when I was like, that sounds like fishy, I don't know, he was like,
okay, but like have you ever seen a girl with that name? Like no one has that name, like that's not even a name.
And I was like, okay, you're low-key right. Turns out the next day I get a text on Snap or like a message request or something on Snap from that girl with the same name. I think she added me with that same name and I was like, wait, that's that name. So I added her back. She texts me and she sends me the whole hey girly thing. And I find out he cheated on me. She sends me proof, and yeah. Always trust your gut because I knew something was wrong in the beginning, but I just like, I don't know. I looked for every reason to not believe it. Getting on to that, when I don't know if we were dating at this time, but I literally have message proof of it. He had asked me if I got my girls done. And not in the way where it's like, if I got them reducted. And I don't even think we were dating at this point. I don't know what got in his mind to ask me that, but he was definitely interesting and that was just so normal in his character, so I didn't really think anything of it. When we first started talking in like 8th grade-ish, we were just talking, whatever, like it wasn't really like we were like committed to like one person, like, you know what I mean, like it was weird talking, but like we were like low-key like talking, like we would FaceTime every night, like play Roblox, like, you know, all the little middle school dating type stuff, but we weren't like, we didn't have a label. And during this time he actually had a whole girlfriend. So, and you're probably like, Sadie, girlfriend, like how'd you find this out? How'd you not know about this? Okay, number one, we were in 8th grade. Like I wasn't like, I really didn't have any social media and like they didn't post each other at all, so there was really no way of me knowing that he had a girlfriend. Obviously I wouldn't have gone for him if he had a girlfriend or if I knew he had a girlfriend. But basically how I found all this out is when we were like talking and stuff, he randomly like, I think I was like showing him the slime I made or something, because like girl was like on her grind making her slime, period. I think I showed him like the slime I was making, and then he was like, wait, you need to pretend like I'm your cousin, like please, like I'm gonna put your contact name in my phone as cousin, like pretend anytime I ask you, like you're my cousin. I was like, okay, this is so weird. Like finally I was kind of acting smart and I was like, that's so weird, what do you even mean? He was like,
my mom, she's so strict, like she's gonna get so mad, like, and my friends are gonna bully me, all this stuff.
And I was like, okay, number one, I didn't think this at the time, but now that I'm thinking of it, how would his mom not know who his cousin is? Like that's just weird. I don't know. Anyways,
I totally fell for it, and I was like, okay, yeah, like your mom's like super strict. I totally get that, because he told me all the lore like on his mom, and like they're part of like the super like really strict religious group, which like, okay, some people online speculate it's a cult. I'm not one to talk on others' religions or anything, but I just knew they were a part of that, so I was like, okay, like they're super strict. This boy blocks me, okay, searches up my Pinterest, follows my Pinterest, and he's like, we have to talk here now. Like literally, oh my gosh, when I'm editing this, insert that gif where it's like, email me, because that's how it felt, bro. He literally snuck onto my Pinterest, not on my Pinterest, but like he added me on Pinterest, like followed me, whatever. I don't even know how he freaking found my Pinterest, but whatever. We started talking on Pinterest. I thought nothing of it. I was like all dandy. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I have a boyfriend and we talk on Pinterest and we go to the beach sometimes. And anyways, I somehow eventually found out that he was cheating on me, or not cheating on me, that I was, okay, so basically during this time we were just talking, so like technically he wasn't cheating on me, but like we like felt like it. Like, you know when you're talking to a guy and like you were just like so like you're just like so like, okay, we're gonna date, like this is gonna end up like we're gonna date, we're gonna marry, we're gonna have a hamster and some kids, like, you know? And that's how it felt at that time, because I was like young, like duh, like I think this is gonna be like the guy I'm gonna date and stuff. Obviously it was kind of, but like it didn't end well, and I like to say I never dated him because I don't want that on my track record. I forget how I found out he had a girlfriend, but somehow I did, and somehow she found out about me and got mad at me. I don't know. One thing to also know is like him and like his girlfriend went to the same school. I went to another school, so it was like, you know, this lighting's low-key good. He told me I needed to cut off all my friends because they were telling me he was a bad influence on me, and whenever like they would tell me that, then they were just jealous of our relationship and they wanted him. No. But this boy literally got compared to the freaking chef from Ratatouille on a daily basis, like I promise you. No. Anyways guys, that's all. I love you guys so much. Bye.
Story time about how I lost one of my best friends over a guy. So me and this girl, I'm not gonna say names, but we grew up together and she was literally my best friend. I mean, it was always us two together. It was the type of friendship where you get lesbian allegations with them because you're always around them. So since we grew up together, we had been friends from little, and we never really had a boyfriend because we always hung out so much. We weren't worried about boys. Well, the beginning of high school, me and this boy had started talking. I did notice that my friend always had a thing for male attention, but I never called her out for it. I just kind of let it pass. So when me and this boy started talking, she started asking me if my boyfriend or my talking stage had any friends that we could set her up with. So she would like force me to talk to my boyfriend, and she would be like, ask him if he has any friends, ask him if he has any friends. So I talked to him and I said, do you have any friends for her? And he was like, not really, because most of them already have girlfriends and stuff like that. So when I told her that, she didn't believe me. She thought I just didn't talk to him at all and I just was saying that. And so she went to him without telling me. And she's never been the type to go behind my back. And I know y'all are probably like, you're overreacting. All she did was go to your boyfriend. Well, no, she went to my boyfriend and she kept bugging him about it. And he would go to me and be like, hey, get your best friend. Like, I told you I don't have any friends for her. Why would you ask me if she was just going to come back and ask me too? Like, I told you I don't have any, so tell her to leave me alone. So it got to the point where he had to block her number so she would stop texting him so much. And I thought, like, it's kind of weird that the only person she would text was my boyfriend, because there were so many other guys in the school that she could talk to. But I wasn't really worried about it because she was my best friend. So we were in lunch, and I remember she had just stopped asking about guys completely, and she told me that she had a lookout on this one guy, but she would never tell me who. So my boyfriend told me, because she obviously wasn't going to tell me, and this was when I realized it started to get a little weird, that she went up to my boyfriend and asked him, do I look pretty today? Not me, her. She said, do I look pretty today? And I'm not the type to just go believe a guy because they said something, so obviously I asked my best friend about it, and she denied it, and I wasn't going to take sides because, again, me and my best friend had been friends for a while, and yes, she was acting suspicious, but I'm still not just going to believe a guy over her. So I told my best friend, I said, I hope you know that I'm believing you, and if I figure out you're lying, I'm going to be really upset. Since he had her blocked, her number, she started texting him on social media. And so since I noticed she was texting, because he showed me the text, you obviously can't make up text, and she was liking his post, I started to believe my boyfriend a little bit more.
And I asked her, I was like, are you texting and liking my boyfriend's stuff? And she was like up and down swearing no. And then she goes, why, did he say I was? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, Maddie, you need to leave him. He is bad for you. He keeps lying and blaming me and saying all this stuff about me that's not true. Well, girl, I've seen the text. So I look at her with this like dumbfounded face and I'm like, you do know he showed me where you've texted him and stuff. And she's like, well, show me then, show me. And she gets all defensive and she's like yelling. She's like, you're always like believing guys over me, which is not true at all because I've always took her side. And she was like, I can't believe you're letting a guy come between us. You're literally my best friend and I would never do something like this for you. You only are switching up because you have a boyfriend. Girl, are we serious? Because I've been taking her side through all of this and then she randomly decides to act like this. So I'm on my last straw and I told her, like, I'm gonna stop talking to you if you keep doing this because I'm not gonna be friends with somebody who's gonna act weird around my boyfriend, and it's only my boyfriend. She doesn't act like this around any other guys. So we keep talking and it's obviously a little bit weird with us now, but I told her like she's my best friend, so I don't want to lose her, so I'm just gonna keep like, I still want to be her friend and stuff. So we're still talking, but we stopped hanging out as much. And well, it was one weekday, it was Friday, and then my boyfriend looks at his Instagram text and guess who was up in there. So basically what she did was she came to me, told me that I needed to leave him because he was talking bad about me. She went to him, texted him and said he needs to leave me because I was talking bad about him. So I went up to her and I confronted her and I said, what we're not gonna do is sit here and lie because you told my boyfriend the same thing you told me. So I told her there and then that I'm cutting her off and that I'm not doing this because she is all up on my boyfriend, like she wants him, and then she's acting like he's bad for me to me and then acting like I'm bad for him to him. So I cut her off and we do not talk anymore. I moved schools. Me and that guy are not dating, but moral of the story, she was fake. Cut her off. I'm really glad I cut her off because I was really toxic, and honestly, life's been a lot better now. If you guys have a friendship like that, just go ahead and cut it off because if it doesn't work at the beginning, it's not gonna work in the end. Okay, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Things my ex-situationship did, but I still stay. Cried to me that this girl he wanted to go on a date with didn't want to go on a date with him, so I drove 2 hours to him to go help him. And when I did, he sent me back home late at night driving as an 18-year-old, and he felt bad 30 minutes into the drive, so he told me to come back, and I did. Guys, I wasn't mentally well during this time. He slept with one of my college friends and FaceTimed me with her after they did the deed. And I picked up. One time, he asked me to come over and I bought an Uber to go over to his house, and when I was 5 minutes away, he said, go back. Hashtag, I was not the first option or the second. Guys, I'm okay now, I swear. I literally, character development. Would complain to me about his ex over and over and over. And one time she pulled up to a function and he told me not to talk to him. He would call me late in the night when I had morning shifts and I would still pick up so he could complain about all the girls who didn't want him and his ex. And I picked up. Guys, I was 18. He was 23. He knew better. You know when you have like manipulative parents, like you kind of fall into the same category of people you date. Or C, wasn't even dating, didn't even date. And this lasted 3 motherfucking years. Finally, the thing that broke the camel's back is when I told him how I felt. He gaslit me, he darvoed me, and he was like, are you delusional? You go on dates with all these men. Well, you stick your pee-pee in a different girl every other day. It's so interesting to look back on now. I feel a lot better about the situation now, but I just want to give teenage Zoe a hug because that was trifling. If you guys are going through something similar, just know that time heals all, cut them off cold turkey, and that you're so loved and it's just not your fault. That's just who they are, and they're a piece of shit. They're gonna be treating everyone like that, and you deserve so much better. I have a loving support system now, and this is kind of just like a funny story to look back on, some character development. So it's all shits and gigs. If you guys want to hear any more stories about my past love life, let me know. Bye.
Get ready with me while I tell you about how I just found out that I got cheated on my entire relationship. I added my ex's friend on Snapchat because I was trying to figure something out. I'm not going to get into that story, but I was like, yeah, before he went to jail, I caught him cheating. And I'm just going to make up a name because I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus. Anyways, and he was like, oh yeah, he cheated on you with Ari. You figured that out. How'd you figure that out? It actually wasn't Ari. It was 3 other girls. Didn't know about that one, guys. Anyways, so I decided to call one of his like girlfriends, like girl best friends. I don't really know. And she was like, wait, why do you care? Like, you're not with him. And I said, we've been dating for so long. Guys, I'm sorry, this is confusing. Basically, everyone knew that she was with him, but nobody knew that he was with me. Does that make sense? And he had a girlfriend our whole relationship. I'm in fucking shock. Like, we're not, like, he just recently broke up with me because he can't be in a relationship in jail. Whatever. I don't fucking, whatever. But, that's besides the point. But, bro had a girlfriend the whole time. And from what everyone's saying, I was the side bitch because everyone knew except, like, our friend group. Like, including my sister, her boyfriend, me, my boyfriend, my guy best friend, Adrian, and, like, that, you know? Guys, it was, like, really bad last night. Like, I came home, I opened the door, and I was screaming and crying. And I was like, Mom, call Aunt Mandy, like, call my aunt. Because, like, my aunt is, like, one of my comfort people. Like, I love my mom and my aunt. And so my mom called her, and I was just screaming, what the fuck? I was just screaming, like, I should have never fucking got back with him. Like, it was bad, and then I was, like, crying for hours, and now I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? And he doesn't know that I know yet, but the next time he calls me, I'm gonna say, excuse me, listen to me. I'm gonna say everything that I know, and I would be like, fuck you, never fucking talk to me again, and I'm pressing that hang up button, and I'm never speaking to him again. Oh, and I'm gonna let him sit in there and think about that shit. I'm gonna let him sit in jail and do nothing but think and think and think about it. I'm not answering him. I don't care. I think he still has like 5 more months. I don't care. I'm not calling him on Christmas. I'm not calling him on New Year's. He can sit in there and think about that. Matter of fact, he can call her. I wonder if he has been calling her in there because he would always, like, talk to me for, like, a couple of minutes, and then he would, like, hang up, and he would say that he's on the phone all day, but with who? And he always said that he was on the phone with his sister all day, but, like, I don't think that's true. Anyways, guys, again, I apologize for not being active. Hopefully y'all didn't think I was dead, but no, bitches, I'm back. I'm back better than ever, and matter of fact, I don't even know, guys. I'm in shock, like, what is my life? Like, guys, I Ubered him. I, like, went on a trip, and I was like, oh, my God, I really wish he was here. I Ubered him for, like, $170 just so that I could be with him the whole time he had another girlfriend. I'm sorry if this story time is, like, kind of confusing, guys. Like, it's hard to explain. Unless if you know everyone, it's hard to explain, and I don't feel like doing, like, that fake name because I'm going to get, like, mixed up. But just know my whole entire relationship, there was another girlfriend, and apparently I was a side bitch. That's a first. That's definitely a first. Whatever. And the funniest thing is that his friends have been trying to, like, not get with me, but, like, you know, and I still respect him, you know, like, but now I don't. Fuck that. My sister's boyfriend texted the guy who cheated on me, his cousin, and was like, does he have a girlfriend? And he goes, I don't know. Bitch, you know. Also, guys, keep in mind, this guy called me 2 years straight. Every day, begging to get back with me. He would call me every day, multiple times. He would beg my sister, please just talk to Megan. Please, please, please get her to get back with me. I'll do anything. Like, bro made Snapchat accounts, TikTok accounts. He showed up to my house multiple different times with flowers. He went so far to get me back. He finally did after 2 years. 2 years. And he pulls that. Also, ruined every single relationship I got into, fought 2 of them. He just went the extra mile to ruin anything he could, just to get me back, and then he does that. The story of my life, I'll take her home. Oh. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to be active again. I'm very sorry that, like, I haven't been active, but me and my best friend have low-key been out in the streets again, because we're, like, unbanned from seeing each other. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my tea. I hope everyone has a great day. I love you guys. Bye. You ready with me while I talk about how I knew my ex was cheating the whole time? Yeah. For a little bit of context, no, I didn't fully know he was cheating. These are just signs that I was like, okay, something may be going on. Also, a little more context, I found out that he was cheating the whole time a month after we ended. Yeah, a month after we ended. His best friend ended up accidentally slipping up and telling me that he fucking cheated on me. Okay, first thing is he would always leave his house at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and his phone would all of a sudden die. Okay, bitch. Okay. No, he was actually just powering it off, and didn't know that until after we ended because I kind of put like 2 and 2 together. How does your phone magically fucking die every single time you leave? But Loki trusted him, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I trusted a man. How fucking embarrassing. How fucking stupid. Oh my gosh. Yes, I trusted him when he told me that he just wanted to go for a walk because his mom and him were fighting, okay? Believe that bullshit story. And mind you, he would say he was going for a walk, but his location would always go to this one house. Yeah, so I walk my ass. He would never post me on social media, and he posts his new girl all the fucking time. He never posted me at all. I think he posted me one time, and it was not a picture of my face. It was just a picture of us holding hands. So, how much you want to bet that was a picture to make another girl jealous? He probably was fighting with one of his hoes and was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do this. That's embarrassing. Also, some of his closest friends didn't even know about us, because when I found out that he cheated on me, I started texting some of them, and some of them had the fucking audacity to say, oh, you guys were together, I didn't even know that. I'm like, oh, what the fuck do you mean you don't know? That's actually, oh my gosh. His girl best friends didn't even know. Mind you guys, I freaking love her. I love her so much. She did no wrong. I'm just saying, she was even like, wait, you guys have been dating? When have you guys been dating since? Because I know he's been dating this girl. And I'm like, oh my gosh, fucking shoot me. I low-key thought everybody knew because we were with each other every single day, all day. I don't even understand how you find the time to cheat. We were with each other all the time. And we were dating in the summer, so we would kind of go on like small trips. So I just don't even understand how you have the time to cheat and be with other girls. It just doesn't make sense in my head. Some of the time when I was at work, he would be at my house. So, like, what the fuck? Another sign that Loki, I realized later on after I found out, is he would get so defensive if I asked him any questions. Like, I'd be like, okay, where were you last night? And he'd be like, I was on a walk, blah, 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 and he would like go crazy. Okay, bitch, calm down. I'm asking you a question. You guys may think I'm a dumb bitch for not recognizing all of this, but at the same time, I don't want to be that girlfriend that's constantly like, oh my gosh, you're cheating on me. Like, stay home. You're not allowed to go out with friends. You're not allowed to do this, do that. Like, for example, when he went for those late night walks, I didn't go to he's cheating because I, number one, trusted him. 2, I'm not going to be that insecure bitch who's constantly accusing someone of cheating. So I was like, okay, he's just going for a walk. Well, it turns out that he was actually going to another bitch's house the whole time. So, like I said, I just don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be that girl. But this definitely has opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I think if I were to get into another relationship, I'd be much more aware of things that are going on. But like I said, at the same time, I don't want to accuse people of things. This is why I'm staying single for a really long time.
Hi guys, let's do my makeup together while I go and meet up with Zach to go give him his stuff back. Life has just been hectic for us too. There's been a lot of arguments recently, and it's all over things that can be controlled, but I just decided not to change because I didn't think it was that big of a deal to him. And it turns out it was that big of a deal for him because he broke up with me last night over the phone. That's so funny. But we've been snapping and texting and calling each other throughout the whole day. And I've been posting on my private story on Snapchat, so if you guys have been seeing that, then I'm so sorry. I'm such a mess. I'm sorry, I need to clean myself up. But basically he is coming back from Alaska and he's bringing my AirPods because that's the only thing that I want back from him. And then I bought a Hollister hoodie for Christmas to give to him, and I kept taking it because it has this smell on it, but I washed it recently because it got dirty, and I'm giving it back to him today. So what a fair trade that is. He wasn't my boyfriend, he was my fiance, and so that's so funny. I'm not gonna want to get engaged to anybody else but him, and it's gonna be really hard. I'm not telling people that, like, we broke up. I'll post this video when I'm ready, but today is Valentine's Day, and he broke up with me last night. And it's just so hard because we've only been together for one Valentine's Day and one of my birthdays, and this would have been his third birthday that we were together. Yeah. This would have been his third birthday, and it would have been my second birthday, but he doesn't get to experience my 18th birthday with me. And I was on the phone with him because my dad came and visited me at work because my brother told my dad that I've been crying. And my dad was like, hey, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, it's just life. And I haven't been telling anybody that Zach and I broke up because it's just like I can't accept the fact that the guy who I literally wanted to have kids with next year broke up with me last night. And, like, we ended on good terms. And, like, there's no bad blood at all. And it's like, I completely understand why he broke up with me. And I'm so stupid for not changing for him. Like, I just wish I could change for him. And I don't know what to do because I don't want anybody else. And he was like, we're probably going to be getting back together at some point, but I don't know when. I'm just like, okay, can we get back together, like, tomorrow? Or, like, next week? Just take, like, a break. Like, literally just a break. And I, like, had a long pause, and I was like, what do I tell people whenever they ask, like, how you're doing? And he's like, just tell them that we're on a break. And I was like, but I don't want to lie to people because I hate lying to people. And he was like, I don't know, Destiny. And I started breaking down when he said my name. And I'm like, don't make me cry, Zach. Please don't make me cry. And I sat in the bathroom at work today for 15 minutes on the floor. Ugh, I'm having a panic attack. My nose is tingling.
Me and my ex-boyfriend broke up because he had a girl best friend that he had severely blurred the boundaries with, and he didn't want to get rid of her. Okay? And I was like, okay, well, I gotta go because I'm not doing all this back and forth shit. I've told you need to cut her off, and it's not happening, and I'd rather not live like this, right? So we end up breaking up. He ends up getting into a new relationship. Okay? 2 months into their relationship, because they do their little, like, soft launch, their hard launch, I had his contact saved still, so I was seeing all that shit on my For You page, and I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck? But, he texted me 2 months into the relationship, and he's like, hey, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, the fuck? And so I go and I check on their socials because I wasn't checking on them like that for real, but I was like wondering if they were still together because why the fuck are you texting me, right? And they're still all over each other's things, so I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And I was like, you good? Like, what's up? And he's like, yeah, like, and then proceeds to ask me a question about how I felt about, like, guy friends, or, like, how I felt about, like, your partner, you know, having friends of the same sex. And I was like, you know what? The type of bitch that I am, it's a no for me, dog. Like, I'm not woke enough. I'm sorry. And then with this previous experience, fuck no, right? So whatever. I'm like wondering though, I'm like, this Like, what are you trying to tell me right now? Like, what's tea? Like, what's tea? Like, just tell me the details, because if I'm anything, I'm a gossiper. Okay? I want everything. I want all the tea. Anyway, I end up going on his Twitter, and he's, like, hella retweeting, like, heartbroken shit. Talking about, like, I would have never done you like that, and being a lover gets you nowhere, boo-hoo crying. And I'm like, oh, boy, you pushing 30. Like, shut the fuck up. You're annoying, and you're corny, but whatever. So, I'm, like, trying to, like, ask open-ended questions so that he's telling me the tea. Like, I want to know details. I'm not here to give out no fucking advice if you're not going to tell me the details. Okay? Eventually, he ends up opening up the can of worms, and they all come out. Apparently, okay? Get this. His new girlfriend has a boy best friend. Okay? Yeah. Has a boy best friend. And he said, yo, y'all gotta create some distance, because he ends up finding out that they had confessed feelings for each other before. The boy best friend and the girlfriend, okay? So much so that when she started dating Redacted, my ex-boyfriend's name, he said, I wish that you weren't with him. Ends up finding this shit out, okay? On top of that, they're going out to parties, I guess, together. She's getting caught in the bathroom with other dudes. Oh, and then about the best friend. Her and the boy best friend were crying to each other about how their friendship was going to come to an end because she started dating my ex. Talking about, oh my god, he's breaking us up. And look. I know we're not supposed to wish bad on people or whatever the fuck the woke people want to say. But I'm not woke enough. And the only thing that came across my mind was, holy shit, this feels fucking great. So sorry about that. I could be as guilty as I possibly am and can feel, but this feels fucking amazing. And so I'm just reading this and I'm like, what the fuck? Wow. And then goes on about how I think this is my karma for all the shit that I did to you, and I'm like crashing out and da da da. And I'm like, bro. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to say, because you're right. This is your fucking karma. And listen, I only tell this story because genuinely, I want to give all the girlies a little bit of hope. Okay? A little bit of tiny hope. Because if you think that your ex-boyfriend just roaming around after all the fuck shit he did to you, and he's never gonna face not one repercussion, not one ounce of karma because of what he did to you and how he made you feel, and prioritizing other people above you, baby, this is it. It might not come tomorrow. I was lucky enough for it to be the very next girl that came after me. But trust and believe, if it takes 3 months, 3 years, 30, it don't matter, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And when it happens, they're gonna think of you. They're gonna think of you and they're gonna be like, holy shit, this was my karma.
My boyfriend cheated on me with his girl best friend. So buckle in and let me tell you the story, because I'm pretty sure this situation permanently altered my brain chemistry. So let's just call him Bob for the sake of the story. So I was dating Bob for about 4 months, and he's like, Annalise, I really need to tell you something. In my past, I've done something really bad. So he told me he had slept with his girl best friend before, and let's, for the sake of the story, call her Patricia. And I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, she has a boyfriend now. It is what it is. He's like, no, I slept with her while she had a boyfriend. And mind you, her and this boyfriend were still dating. And I was like, does he know? And he's like, no, he literally has no idea. Like, he does not know. This is where Ben and I's relationship started to go a little bit south, because I felt so guilty guilty that I knew that Patricia had cheated on her boyfriend with my current boyfriend and that he didn't know about it. So at this stage, Patricia and Ben still work together, so they actually decided to go to the work Christmas party together, like as a group, which that was fine. They all work together. So Ben's at this Christmas party and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to sleep, like have a good night. He's like, good night. And I wake up at 3 a.m. and I wake up to photos of him crying that he sent me. So I messaged him and I was like, are you okay? Like, why are you crying? And then in the morning he messages me back. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. I was just drunk. Remember this part because it's vital to the story. About 2 months later, it's my birthday and Ben and I are having a little D&M and he's like, you're too good for me. Like, you're too good for me. I'm like, why are you saying you're too good for me? It kind of sounds like you cheated on me. He replied, it breaks my heart to say this, but yeah, I did cheat on you. And I'm like, was it with Patricia? And he's like, yeah, it was with Patricia. So I messaged Patricia. I'm like, girl, why'd you hook up with my boyfriend? He replies to my message and says, what? Oh my God, I don't know what you're talking about. And then blocks me on everything, goes onto her boyfriend's account and blocks me on everything as well, so I can't tell him. Then the next day I meet up with my boyfriend and he's like, oh my God, no, what actually happened was on the way back home from the Christmas party, she said she needed to go to the park to pee. So we went and then we were talking and then she tried to get on top of him and shove it in soft. So I didn't actually cheat on you, she just tried to hook up with me. But then I was like, why would you say you cheated on me if you didn't? Then that makes no sense. We continued dating for a few more months, but this whole time I was literally having nightmares every single night that he cheated on me. And then I was like, hey, we need to break up. Like, even if you didn't cheat on me, like, I do not believe you. This story makes no sense. So then we broke up and then I would literally message him. I'm like, can you just tell me the truth? Like, we're broken up. Like, can you just tell me the truth? Like, I feel like I'm going crazy. And he's like, yeah, I did cheat on you. And he still denies it to this day and lied to all his friends about it.
Okay, like, what do you mean? Like, am I not in it? I asked him like that, like I was like, okay, what? And he was like, well, you're going to college like in a couple months, Giselle. And I was like, well, duh, like, yeah, and I'm going out of state, but you've been known that. And when I said that, he was basically like, yeah, I know, Giselle, and like, I love you and da 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 da, but like, I've been just thinking about like me, like, I gotta focus on like track and like all this stuff things. And I was like, okay, like, yeah. He was like, if we're already arguing right now about like you feeling like I'm not doing enough, like, then how do you expect us to deal with it when you're in college so far? And I was like, I don't know, but like, I'm willing to like I know I can do it. And I thought you said you can do it too, because mind you, he knew since we started dating that I was going to go out of state. Like, it's something I tell everyone, like, before you get into something, here's my guidelines. It's definitely not like I brought it up out of nowhere. Like, this man has been known like I was leaving, and he still decided to stay, and I was like happy. Like, obviously, like, I wanted it to work. Also, big thing I didn't mention, he was my first boyfriend and I was his first girlfriend. So once he started talking about that, like, I don't know if it's gonna work, da 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 da, I start to freak out. Like, what the heck is going on? You know, like, we were just good. So I get into my 6th period and I text him and I'm like, hey, like, if you can't do this, like, here's your out. He's had multiple outs, but here's your final out. Like, if you can't do it, just tell me. And obviously I said that not thinking he was gonna say what he said, but he ended up saying it and said, I don't think I can do this. Right. I saw that message breaking down. So I asked my teacher, can I go use the bathroom? Went to the bathroom, bawled. I asked him, are you serious? He was like, yeah, Giselle, I think it's what's best for me and you. I'm sorry, do you not know who I am? I know how to make my own decisions. You do not get to make it seem like you made that decision for me. So, yeah, he said it's best for us. Right. He goes by, bawling my eyes out the entire time in the locker room, and he texts me. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know what you thought you were trying to do with that. But he goes, Giselle, Giselle, Giselle. And I'm like, what? I'm still gonna come to your game. Still gonna what? So all my friends are spamming him, don't come to Giselle's game, don't come to Giselle's game. He doesn't, thank the Lord, but his mom had called my mom, crying on the phone, saying, I'm sorry, blank did this to Giselle, she doesn't deserve that, all this stuff. Yeah, I didn't deserve that. I didn't. Now, I loved his family. Like, his family literally was so amazing to me. But, you know, things happen. My ex treated me good. We rarely argued. But I know things happen for a reason, and it is what it is. he did try to take me back the next day. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. And there's more to that. I don't know if it's even worth talking about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.